Tesla has quickly gone from an electric startup to one of the most disruptive companies today. Last year, they sold 936,172 cars, all of which are fully electric. This is more than any year prior, and far more than any car company has sold for a true EV. The car industry is starting to notice, and Tesla is largely responsible for the massive influx of EV announcements we're seeing from top brands. More and more people are seeing the appeal of electric cars, but Tesla's mission involves much more than just cars. Tesla sells their solar roof, solar panels, and power walls for clean energy storage and generation. They're also hard at work on self-driving technology and plan to expand the AI they have developed there all the way to a humanoid form in the future. But one of the most persisting rumors about Tesla is that they will be entering one of the most popular markets, smartphones, by introducing their Tesla Model Pi smartphone soon. Today we're going to talk about why or why not Tesla would even make a phone, and if there is any truth to these rumors. So let's get into it, and a special thanks to Masterworks for sponsoring this video. First of all, the smartphone market is huge. According to recent studies, over 83% of people have smartphones today. That's about 6.648 billion people. And in many areas, customers are updating their phones frequently, keeping people in an update cycle and guaranteeing success for companies that keep improving their phones. There are many companies we're used to hearing about, like Apple, Samsung, and more, but many see Tesla as the same kind of company, and why wouldn't they make a phone? They make their own software in their cars, clearly have experience making products that people want, and Elon Musk seems to be able to do a lot of different things. Even with many feeling that Apple hasn't been innovating lately, they keep selling iPhones in staggering numbers, showing that for tech companies, it really can be a great revenue source. For Tesla, they do things differently than other car companies. For one, they only make electric cars, but their cars also opt for much simpler controls inside in favor of screens. The Model Y and 3 use the 15-inch center touchscreen to control almost everything you do besides driving. Things like climate controls and windshield wipers are all on screen, which is vastly different than any cars before them. They also recently brought out the crazy yoke steering wheel on the new Model S. When they announced their electric truck, they didn't simply announce an F-150 look-alike with Tesla flair and simplicity. They announced the Cybertruck. Clearly, Tesla has an approach to doing things differently, and many want to see that from them in a phone. So much so that they seem to want things to work backwards this time around. Instead of a Tesla phone leaking details, us finding out and speculating, this time it seems people want to create the phone rumors and hope that Tesla finally gives in. If you do a YouTube search for the Tesla phone, you'll find a growing number of Tesla phone videos, all following the same pattern. Official Tesla phone unboxing, Elon Musk reveals the Tesla Model Pi, Tesla's Pi phone versus Apple iPhone 14. There are even entire channels built off the idea of this phone, with repeated videos drawing some insane view counts. Many of these videos talk about this phone as if it's real. It's Elon Musk's next big thing and will be coming in 2022. Tesla making a phone doesn't seem impossible, but is Tesla, the company currently building 2 new factories and already delayed on 3 major product launches, really going to launch a phone right now? Let's go through some of the top articles and videos about this phone and figure out the truth. Here's an article from Tech News World from December saying, quote, Tesla smartphone could be a game changer. They talk about this phone making a lot of sense, link to a video about it, and talk about why it would make sense for Tesla to take on Apple in this space. They then talk about the rumored specs, quoting its use of a Qualcomm high-end Snapdragon 8 series chip and colors to match Tesla's car colors. They also talk about some features including Starlink and it being a better phone key for a Tesla, but they do at least question the Starlink part of that a little. The real solution there might be an antenna that's installed in your Tesla and then your phone pings off of that. So how real is this article? Where are the sources? Well, there are none, although they do at least have a YouTube video embedded. Verdict on this article, completely fake. Everything they talk about here is a myth. Well, how do you know that this is a myth, Ryan? Maybe you just haven't heard the right rumors or found the right article. Starlink is a stretch, but maybe a simpler phone is actually in the works. After all, didn't you see that leaked video of a Tesla phone? This was a popular video that many thought was real, showcasing the Tesla phone in a folding style like we're seeing from many brands. This is an easy myth to bust though, considering the unreleased white Tesla Roadster in the background, as well as the perfectly timed phone call from Elon Musk, because it wouldn't be anyone else. This particular video was actually officially fact-checked as well and found to be computer generated. Now let's look at a Market Watch article. Pretty legitimate source, right? To start off with though, the title of this article has a special flair because it kind of sounds like it was written by an SEO generator bot. How many search phrases can we fit into one headline? Elon Musk company Tesla to partner with Dent for Pi phone. This article talks about Tesla partnering with blockchain-based telecom operator Dent. They talk about how Tesla is planning their first smartphone that will use, quote, Tesla's own Starlink Neuralink network for communication and internet, but also the decentralized blockchain network technology of DENT. Right there, I'm already doubting any validity since Starlink has nothing to do with Tesla aside from Elon Musk. Starlink is a SpaceX product, and this article called it a Tesla product, which is not correct. They don't stop there though, because they talk about Tesla implementing Elon Musk's, quote, Neuralink technology, which is being developed to connect human brains to computers. Model Pi is going to be everything and more compared to what is available for end customers today. Neuralink is real and has demonstrated where their technology is at in YouTube videos, and it's clearly far from connecting with a human brain, especially on a consumer phone level. However, this article keeps going with that idea and talks about that this will be the first phone to work on Mars, of course, since Elon Musk wants SpaceX and humanity to expand to Mars in the next 5 to 10 years. So we should probably make a 2022 Tesla phone that works on Mars. Logical. This, quote, press release is pretty obviously made up, but some further information came from one of the most well-known Tesla insider sources, Sawyer Merritt, who said, quote, this isn't true. It never will be true. Tesla won't make a traditional smartphone. This stuff is simply YouTube/content creators making stuff up / creating clickbait to make you read and watch the content so they can make money. It's all made up. Market Watch article, myth. So where does all this come from? Is everyone just making up this phone? Well, it all stems from a concept video, and we're seeing it blow up in the same way lots of false information blows up these days. This concept video of the Tesla Model P phone was posted in February of 2021, showing lots of great concepts as to what Tesla could do with a phone. They could combine all the technologies Elon Musk is associated with and bring them to a phone, such as solar panels, Neuralink connectivity, connection to Starlink from SpaceX, and more. It would also be the perfect phone key for your Tesla, since it's a device designed by them and not simply an app. This is clearly a concept, though, rendered by the artist saying, quote, my idea of a Tesla smartphone in the description. Clearly this is fake and labeled as such, a concept. Nothing to debunk here because they're being honest. However, images from this video are what we see plastered across the internet about this phone. We're going to look at another article and then see exactly what Elon Musk himself has to say about making a smartphone, and we'll get there in just a minute. Before we go any further, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Masterworks. In 2019, Jeff Bezos bought Hurting the World Radio No. 2 by Ed Ruscha for a whopping $52 million. You may think that's a lot for one painting, but this price actually makes sense. Art as an asset class has outperformed the S&P 500 by 168% from 1995 to 2021. On top of that, it has shown almost no correlation to any major asset class, so buying that painting was an investment strategy. Most of us don't have anywhere near $52 million lying around to invest, but that's where Masterworks comes in. Masterworks.io is the first and only art investment platform. They buy artworks ranging from $1 to $30 million by artists like Banksy and Picasso, securitize them with the SEC, and allow investors to buy shares in an initial offering. Once you've bought shares, you can hold on to them until the artwork is sold and then cash out, or you can sell your shares on the Masterworks secondary market. In 2020, Masterworks returned 32% to their investors and followed that up with 31% in 2021. If that sounds interesting to you, you can check out Masterworks.io for yourself by clicking the link in the description below. Next, let's look at an article from LifeWire. I find articles like this a lot when searching future EVs. For example, Car and Driver will post an article about the 2024 Ram 1500 EV with an estimated starting price of $45,000 and a full-fledged article detailing a truck that Ram themselves probably has no idea about. It includes the small details Ram has announced, along with speculation. However, that's a product Ram at least plans on shipping and has commented on, so I don't mind this title. It collects all the rumored info into one place. In this LifeWire article, the headline is Tesla phone, news, price, release date, specs, and rumors. They do mention that these are rumors and why it probably isn't real. However, they still go on to talk about price rumors, pre-order information, and a full long list of features. For satellite internet, they say, quote, one theory is it would work only where there's already a Starlink base, like in a building, or if it ever happens, a Tesla car fitted with the appropriate antenna. They mention solar charging, vehicle control, astrophotography, crypto mining, and Neuralink support. Lastly, they mention storage of 1 to 2 terabytes, 16 gigabytes or more of RAM, an AMOLED display, and 6.5-inch screen. It will also feature a 108 megapixel camera and go for between $800 to $1,200. This article is at least clear that it's speculating, but still the conclusion is that everything in this article is a myth. Sure, it would be a product that combines everything Elon Musk is up to, but it's completely made up. There's a couple more articles to talk about, but first let's talk about why this doesn't make sense for Tesla and what Elon Musk has said specifically about smartphones. Tesla is vertically integrated in ways that many companies aren't, especially for cars. They use suppliers but continuously work to bring as many technologies as they can in-house. This leads to them having their own Tesla glass department, their own Tesla audio engineering department, their own AI division working on self-driving, and much more. Particularly recently, Tesla has been in the news because they have navigated chip supply shortages specifically in ways other companies couldn't. They did so by using a variety of microcontrollers and designing the firmware for those chips in-house while implementing them into the hardware of their vehicles. Not many car companies can do this, and Tesla likes their advantage in this way. Typically, when we see a company shockingly unveil a smartphone out of the blue, that phone is being made almost entirely by someone else and running on Android software. If a company truly wants to make their own phone, make the hardware themselves and the software, that's an enormous undertaking, and this is the approach Tesla would take. They would want to build as much of the phone themselves as possible, and of course they would want to build their own software for it like they do in their cars. They would want to do something different like they do in most products they ship. However, software in a phone has so many more elements to it compared to a car's limited features. Tesla's include many great software features, but they are great features for a car, and a smartphone or tablet is going to be much more complex in the software department. Plus, how does a smartphone really help Tesla's mission to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy? It doesn't, and Elon Musk thinks it's old technology anyway. When responding to an article about Tesla developing a smartwatch with partners, which was heavily rumored just like this phone for a period, Elon Musk said, quote, "Definitely not. Smartwatches and phones are yesterday's technology. Neuralinks are the future." Right there, we can put a stop to all the rumors. Elon Musk didn't just shut down the idea that Tesla would make a smartphone, but shut down the idea of a smartphone entirely, calling it yesterday's technology. However, I know what you're thinking. If he was developing a smartphone, this is exactly what he'd want us to think. Back in July of 2019, Elon said, quote, "There is no refreshed Model X or Model S coming, only a series of minor ongoing changes." When further asked, quote, "Will we be seeing an interior revamp anytime soon though?" Elon Musk replied, "No." Then, about a year and a half later, in January of 2021, Tesla unveiled the refreshed Model S and X with an entirely new interior, yoke steering wheel, rear screen, and more. Likely this was just a change of plans, but of course, people will see this as evidence that Elon Musk will say one thing to hide the truth and be able to surprise unveil the product they are working on, like a smartphone. Well, let's look at another article, this time from the Teal Mango. Of course, this article uses concept photos from that original video I mentioned, labeled as a concept and one artist's idea of a phone Tesla could make. That's not extremely uncommon, but the concepts are usually based on actual leaks or rumors, and not one person's idea who isn't connected to Tesla in any way. This article mentions the same features we've talked about, but gets a little more specific in certain areas. For Starlink, that will of course work on Mars, the download speeds will be 210 Mbps, not 200 or 250, 210. Next, for Neuralink, quote, "Reports claim that Model Pi will directly connect to the user's brain and work accordingly. For crypto mining, it will mine a new cryptocurrency called Mars Coin, and quote, users will be able to use it on Mars while the phone will also work as your crypto wallet." The reveal was supposed to have happened at the end of 2021, and the launch date is set for 2022. After all of those details, this article reveals that the Tesla Model Pi is not real, and is based on a concept video that people thought was real, as we've talked about. So of course, until this part of the article, all of the information is a myth. This Clean Technica article goes a bit into detail about this Tesla phone idea and how it keeps going. People keep clicking these videos seemingly knowing that it's false or getting duped every time. There are even ad campaigns on Facebook and Instagram promoting stories about this fake product. Of course, if you go to Google, you'll find that no major news outlet is posting about it because there are no sources whatsoever. The source is people making this up because they want it to exist and want to get views. At this point, it's frustrating to see these videos continue to go viral because they are presenting something completely made up, as if it's coming soon. The idea of a Tesla phone is so far from what Tesla is up to right now, and if you followed Tesla in any fashion, you can spot this fake product a mile away. Elon Musk himself has not only shut down the idea of a Tesla phone, but the idea of smartphones as a whole, calling them yesterday's technology, and right now Tesla is laser focused on building up their electric vehicle factories. They are working on some crazy future technology like a Tesla bot, which could potentially come in the future, but a smartphone is not on their docket right now. I am curious to see though if what happens to be a strategy here might work. Maybe if enough rumors about a Tesla smartphone get started, touting extreme features and how it will be the end of the iPhone, maybe Tesla and Elon Musk will feel the pressure and decide to make one. Tesla is known to do some silly things. In any case, just to confirm one more time, the Tesla Model Pi is a fake product, completely made up, and all features or specs of this phone are fabricated based on what people would like to see in a Tesla phone. What do you think about Tesla making a smartphone though? If they were to change course and make one in the future, would you be interested? Let me know what you think in the comments below. In the meantime, you can check out the latest real Tesla news and rumors in the video linked up here or in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.